match your age. Ain't just the barbers where you catch a fade. Face covered, cutting through your garden like a masquerade. Before I catch a L, I catch a plane. I probably you before I your chain. Switch it up, it's rap, pixie dust. Money ain't to us. Broski went and you better fix her up. I just bought a crib to a chick, she got the biggest. And when I saw your sister rat with the fishing hook, listen up, I've had to hit the cup. So if I swing my fist, you going in, so wish me luck. Boy, if you ain't talking paper, I'm a I tell Shorty spin around and watch it. Every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah. I just pull up to the crib and then I'm right back on that. Biz starts up, I ain't coming home with a full. All you rappers still washed up, I don't push weight, I just pull chips. She ain't pulling the socks up when it's half time, she get full. Finna leave the boxed up like send it, make a play and I exit. Money boy making London money, spent most of my life on the M6. Yeah, get rich or die trying, no left. Been out here for like 8 years, come from Volkswagen to Bentley's, little what's your run up cash, double back. Baby, show me what your mama made and make that. Yeah, make that. You got such a pretty face, what I want. Tell her I'm ready. To get me, I've been in the pocket like he's in a wallet. If you think you got it, then pull up and bet me. I'm keeping it solid and just being honest. You ain't gotta like me, but gotta respect me, make it. Boy, if you ain't talking paper, I'm a I tell Shorty spin around and watch it. Every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah, I just pull up to the crib and then I boy, if you ain't talking paper, I'm a every time I hit the stage, I make it. Yeah, I just pull up to the crib and then I.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium, state-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Today, a battle out of the AFC between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Chargers. Ready to do the honors. And here we go from LA. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Run here with Amari on Hampton. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. It's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Set. 380. Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Couldn't get it to Arondé Gadsden the second. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Baylor Tiger.
They'll air it out on 3rd. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And this opening drive headed for 4th down. That's incomplete. Defender there to knock it away. So an 0-2 start to the game for him, Brock, and not surprisingly, his team headed to the sideline after a 3-and-out.
I think it's going to take a few more incompletions before they start to panic, but that's far from the type of start they had planned for in this one.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go.
First carry here for Braylon Allen. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
2nd and 10.
From the gun, Stroud. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And it's good for a New York first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
That's Cox again. It's Kittle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
They run. It's the rookie from Louisiana. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. It's been gained on 2nd down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like Mike would.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pass him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
Complete to number
That one gains 7. And that's good for a Jets first down.
And a Jets
That pitch and
first down.
catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
First down throw by Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. And it sets up 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Throwing the out route complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No luck finding George Kittle in that one. So 2nd down coming up. Throwing again, it's Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
All right.
Shotgun handoff for Allen. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go.
Stroud completes it quick. And he's brought down after a short gain.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. Even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
So now here's 3rd and 5.
All right. 18. That's it.
A give to Allen out of the shotgun. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal.
Stop short of the goal line.
7 yards on that pickup. And that gives them 1st and goal. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to SoFi right after this. Back now for the 2nd quarter, and the Jets, they've got to look towards that end zone.
House, that's it. 18. That's it.
Right on the sneak. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Jets get the game's first points here in the 2nd. C.J. Stroud the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. All right, so a nice little drive they put together there in their first series of the season, partner, and the year begins on a high note with a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll be able to begin this season on a high note with a win. Well, they put more drives like that together, they sure will. But I don't know. I got that Pete Carroll just still dancing in my brain. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. But you can't start much better than that.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Offensive line fast.
It's a gain of 11. And the Chargers 1st down.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. Going deep here for the end zone. And he's going to have the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers start to fight back with their first points of this game. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers tie it up as he nails his first try of the season.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he's going to head out of bounds on the return.
Take over 1st
And he's going to head out the side of the end zone to go take this at the 35. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
18.
Quick throw outside, and they might throw this again. He's got him. It's caught. And he's in. Oh, the double pass stuns him. It ends with a touchdown.
Touchdown, New York.
Folk on now to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7.
Chargers 7.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. first and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position.
380.
Herbert now off the play fake. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Going all the way to the end zone here. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, you got to find a way to win.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Draw play here, Hampton. They're working a couple of yards past the line. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Offense in the hurry up here.
3-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 10.
Third down, give to Hampton. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle, Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I guess, down the line.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Go, let's go. Set. 380. 380. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Go.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Could make the connection, was looking for Latt-McConkey. And now they face 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10.
Set. 5-9.
Herbert from the gun. It's on the out route. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
The Jets take their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Set. 380. Go. Ready.
Herbert. Near the goal line. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Latt-McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers tie things up at 14.
Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Wilson with a return here. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
We've set it downs for him from the 31.
All right. At 18. That's it.
Quick throw out wide. I think this might be a double pass. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. Throwing now, Herbert. Caught by his fullback behind the line. Will muster a little down to the 30. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, they need 7.
Hey, Ram. Baylor Tiger.
Out of the gun, here's Hampton. And a decent run, gets about 4. It's going to be third down. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 4.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. That one's good to McConkey. And he's going to be touchdown as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Chargers.
Plenty of scoring already. We have reached the 2-minute warning.
First and 10.
More football from SoFi in just a moment. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Set. Wide 80. Wide 80 hut.
That one's complete. Amari on Hampton. And he's out just before he can hit the end zone. But what a nice first and goal here from the 2.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for and you go out and execute.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Hampton will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, you'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Set. 380. Go.
Here's Herbert. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers get some late points and the lead. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Beginning this drive with a run by Allen. And they sense it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. To the air, Stroud. Complete to Braylon Allen. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Within 10-yard gain on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
All right.
Man in motion, headed right. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. He finds space, middle of the field. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down to the 16-yard line. This play goes for 36. And that's good for a Jets first down.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
From the red zone on 1st. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
To the air yet again. It's Stroud. He's running back Allen. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become it.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, New York. The Jets earn the chance to tie it before halftime. George Kittle, the touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jets tie this game at 21. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
Their own 35-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Hey, Catholic.
Looking to throw. Downfield finds Lambert Smith. He's down the inside the 40 before he's escorted out.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Cameron Dicker out for the Chargers now to attempt this field goal. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And this stays tied here in the 2nd. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. We're set up for an incredible 2nd half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Wilson with a return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Running from the pistol. Here's Allen. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. I love the aggressiveness from this defense. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down at the line.
That's a modest little drag route. But if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Drive continue. Here comes 3rd down.
All right.
3rd and long for him here. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Stroud completes it quick. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he set out. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Here's Stroud again. Couldn't get the screen set up properly. Brock pass incomplete, and they're going to hope for better results now on 2nd down.
I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right. It certainly wasn't.
And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
On the handoff, Allen. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
On the quick, right?
Right side, and that's secured by Kittle. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take the lead right away in half number 2. George Kittle, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first one. You just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the 2nd half. It's another jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
It's all lined up. Polk ready to send this one flying. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. Now he's past the 25. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers start the 2nd half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Wilson with a return here. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down.
We've got ourselves a heck of a tie ball game, but maybe not for long after that return. We got one side clearly responding well to this pressure. Question is, some of those kicky team guys now running to play defense, how do they respond after giving up that big return late?
1st and 10 from the 32. Now a give running right. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They kick the running back in motion. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Lion.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Finds the in route complete. He's unable to add anything to the end of this one. Stopped at the 18-yard line.
And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. To the right and pulled in by McConkey. And some excellent work to drive him all the way up past the 30-yard line. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the 4. First down now, ball at the 33. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Complete here to Hinkton. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Now Herbert again. Couldn't get the screen set up properly. Broadcast incomplete, and they're going to hope for better results now on 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Herbert throwing again. And they were finally able to get to him and touch him down. But damage already done as they pick up that 1st down.
And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Herbert to throw once more. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 4th quarter lead. Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Sticker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. You send him left out of the slot. First down throw by Stroud. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stroud. They'll get this one underneath to Allen. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And
It's Allen on 3rd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Trying to push this past the marker. The 30. He's at the 10. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets now trail by just a point in the 4th.
Take that play right there. That run is exactly why this team wanted this rookie on their roster. It is so hard to break away from the pack at the NFL level, but this rookie, he's putting on a show.
The kick is good.
That one right down the middle. And the Jets tie this game 35 apiece. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Shotgun give to Hampton. They'll bring him down, but not before he picks up 7 drops to begin this drive.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that's such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2.
Crowd right. 380. Let's go. Balin Tiger. Balin.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Well, it would have been a big completion block if not for that meddling defender. He knocked it away. It sets up 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Back to throw it. That one's good to McConkey. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Chargers the 1st down. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Cade, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Herbert from the gun. Gets it downfield, on target to Gatson. And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4. Looking quickly here.
Gain of 43 yards. That's another Chargers first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this first and goal. Hampton hits the end zone for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers have taken the lead late. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7.
42, Jets 35.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Wilson with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Jets take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
From the gun to start. First and 10. Here he is to throw. That one's complete over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. Setting up to pass. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. George Kittle, the intended receiver. So that brings them to third down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Throwing now. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set.
Gain of 16 yards. First down, New York.
He'll look to throw it. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Back to throw. By his running back, Allen. Rolling into enemy territory. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. He got 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Jets first down.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's first and 10. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. The Jets take their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Running back sent in motion. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down. Raylan Allen, the one he was looking for that time. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set.
First down, Jets.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. He gets this down to the 13-yard line. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
First down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. From the red zone on 1st. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving them any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite hang on.
Had the chance to escape with a pick. Defense got to buckle down now as they line up for 2nd down. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. They're going to call their final timeout here. Just 9 seconds to go. Chargers sending out a dime look here ahead of this 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now to throw. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
I'm not sure if he expected him to go up and get that or not, Kate. Or if that was the only spot he felt like he could deliver it safely. This guy's got the goods to bring those types of throws in, but not this time.
The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down. Desperation time here. And they pull it off. A touchdown catch in the final moments. And now overtime or a win right here are on the table. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision, but when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys are better than theirs.
Here comes the crowd swell. The home fans trying to will their defense to make the stop and save this win.
2-point conversion.
And this winds up incomplete. They took their shot for the dub, but instead trail by 1 with almost no time left. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Starting from the 5. And he gets what he can by diving down, but they're still backed up a ways to begin this series. So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. 1 down, a whole lot more wins to go, Brock, but hey,